do it all across the board, reset the life, detoxify, focus on this purification, mind, body, spirit, and outer world. Hey you, I'm Anissa. Welcome to Create to Liberate. Today's video is about actually purifying from the inside out, from the outside in. I'm currently going through a big detox season, and I think it's so healthy to find times where we honor renewal. We have to kind of hit a hard stop period, and maybe people do this through dieting, or you do it through meditation and doing a deeper Vipassana 10-day silent, or you find a way to turn off all social media and fully detox. Those are some ideas, and I'll get into some of those and more. So, as always, I share wisdom from my own lived experience, as I believe we're all each other's mirrors. We provide a mirror to each other to be able to see ourselves more clearly and ideally empower each other. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel to support, and if you're listening on audio, 5-star review is always welcome. Without further ado, let's get into it. So oftentimes we want to hit a reset button in our lives, but we just do a little bit of something. We don't do the full amount of something that we could be doing to really reset our bodies. And currently, I'm personally hitting a spot at which I'm like going in. I'm doing a full 3-day gut detox, which I maybe will get into some specificity around, but it's been long overdue for me to do more of these detoxifying cleanses. And then I'm also going in on, well, it happens to be my menstrual cycle, so that's a little bit of a reset in the womb. And then I'm also focused on more deepening in meditation, really purifying my mind and thoughts, and then emotional release. And then I want to get into other things that really support people, because oftentimes you want to have this glow up, you want to have this full reset, but then we find ourselves, catch ourselves in the same old behaviors that aren't supporting our well-being. So I'm going to break it into 4 parts: mind, body, spirit, and then outer world. So when it comes to the mind, I love to emphasize meditation as an important practice when it comes to resetting our thinking and mindset and moving forward. Whether you're able to attend a silent meditation retreat or you're able to just dedicate more time for your own ritual and sadhana practice, it makes a huge difference. Often we want this reset because we want to become a higher, more expanded version of ourselves, and that's what we solidify when we take the time to sit in silence. We get to connect with our highest self, or whatever supports you in purification during that time. For a lot of people, their version of meditation isn't always a seated guided meditation or a seated silent meditation. Being in stillness is so powerful, but if for you it's a walking meditation, if you get a meditative state from exercising or doing something that really quiets your mind and connects you with your breath, if you're really into breath work and into chanting, that is also deeply supportive for you to just have a dedicated ritual to that. It'll make a difference. Also, when it pertains to the mind, moving from not just our meditative practice, but also into contemplation is powerful. So doing self-inquiry, you might find it really valuable to do 10 days of really going in on morning pages. Morning pages is a practice that I love and I recommend, inspired by The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So waking up and free writing everything that's in your mind, getting everything out. Maybe it's dreams, maybe it's ideas, maybe it's half-finished, baked concepts, whatever it is, just really allowing it to flood and flow opens up our creative channels so that we can have more access to our subconscious, our unconscious, and channel into our writing. Additionally, you might find it very powerful to speak to someone. You might be making a commitment to regularly go to therapy. This is your year. You've been saying it, you've been postponing it, but you're really going to go into therapy or group therapy with a licensed professional, or maybe you're interested in more woo-woo stuff. You want to work with an energy worker, you want to develop more shamanistic skills, etc. This is that time. We're supporting ourselves in having healthier patterns and ways of thinking. So affirmations are deeply powerful for this. And a lot of the goal of mindfulness is also to be the observer of your thoughts. Some thinking will always arise in our minds, but if it's compassionate, welcome to stay. If it's not compassionate, letting it go, or questioning the origin story behind that. And you can do that through self-reflection, writing, journaling. Maybe it's a form of expression that helps get you there too. That might be like singing, or if you have a musical ability, tuning into that. I always recommend creativity for mental health. It is a powerful outlet for us to get back into our bodies and connection with source. I have a number of guided meditations here, but I love visualization meditations. I love metta meditations. I love Kundalini practices. There's so much that I could go into that isn't necessarily safe to advise on, but you do the exploration and really tune into what works for you. Moving from the mind and going into our body. when we want to do these resets, it's required that we do something physically different in the ways that we've been operating. Maybe our routines need to be shaken up so that we're getting more physical exercise, we're connecting more with nature, whatever you're optimizing for, the person that you want to see yourself as, start building actual habits behind that move you towards that person. So for me, a physical one that I've been postponing is around diet. I really want to remove sugar from my diet. I want to remove starches that are refined. But I also have been knowing that I needed to do a gut cleanse. I've been dealing with things in that realm, digestive things for a while, and I knew a gut cleanse would really support me. So this is day 2 of not eating food, really doing this juice cleanse, really supporting myself with also smoothies, which has helped. And tonight I'm going to do even a soup. So I'm being more compassionate with myself around how I'm approaching this, because I had a traumatic experience with juice cleansing, doing the master cleanse at 18 years old. I could barely open a door on day 7. I was so frail. I don't know why I did this, but being a little bit of a controlling temperament leads to us over-indexing. So you have to kind of know where you fall on the spectrum. If you tend to be overly disciplined and controlling, then try to be more gentle towards yourself when you approach whatever resets you're undergoing. And I've learned to make my scale way more soft, compassionate, but also holistic. So this juice cleanse is going really well, and it's supported with binders and other things that I historically wouldn't have researched and looked into, but thanks to a friend, she supported me. Obviously, I can't recommend particular detoxes or things for you, but understand what's supportive to your body, really understanding maybe your Ayurvedic sign. If you're a Pitta, Kapha, Vata, for me, I am aligning with a bit of that in my diet going forward. And there's a lot more that I can get into, but for you, understanding if the food that you're eating and consuming is actually supporting your body is key. If it's not supporting your body, what changes can you make on an everyday basis? Because our food is so fuel. During this detox, I've been so amazed by that realization, because we can power ourselves without eating solid food, but it's so difficult. I do have energy right now, but it's just here. It's not this deep rooted energy that we get from food as our fuel, quite literally. So we've gone over exercise, we've gone over diet, we've gone over breath as it connects to the body, doing more practices that really tune you into your breathing state. And then spiritually, when it comes to tuning into your heart space, what do you need to do to bring yourself closer to a state of love? So I have my morning sadhana practice, and within that I pull cards too, and that's a really powerful way for me to connect with the non-physical world and really feel guided and supported in this lifetime. There's so much that people are scared of when it comes to this topic, but I've built such a loving relationship with the non-physical world, and it's so healing to have that as a presence. But for you, if it's going to a church or communing with other people, what actually opens your heart up? What makes you feel most loved and connected to agape love, the love of the divine in everything and everyone? What brings you to that state? Maybe it's also spending time with a partner that you want to dedicate more quality time with. Maybe it's friendships that you really want to tune into nurturing in a more precious way. I booked a trip recently to Europe because one of my closest friends lost her childhood friend suddenly, a brain tumor. And she was a beautiful soul. And my friend is grieving really hard. And I'm so excited to be with her and enjoy Greece and travel and continue enjoying this amazing life with a level of zest, because it's unpredictable. I hope to live a very long life, and I hope that you live a very healthy long life. But if it's cut short unexpectedly, I hope that you feel proud of the legacy that you're leaving behind. This friend in particular left behind such a beautiful creative legacy. Her name is Katie Ross at Thistle on Instagram, and she has music on Spotify. She was just a creative powerhouse, and it's just so beautiful that she left this legacy behind, that she touched my best friend so deeply. And my heart is just going crazy even just thinking about spending time with her. This is wild. But when it comes to resets, doing the things, spending the time with the people that you love, and you don't know how much time you'll have with them, Death is so humbling and so powerful. And then when it comes to the external world, I might be missing things on the physical body, but Dancing was one thing I wanted to call out too. Make time to dance. Babies love dancing. Babies listen to music and they just start bopping around. If you haven't danced in a while, just dance with yourself in the mirror. Turn the lights down low. Get on your groove and really connect with the freeness of moving to music that you love, that lights you up. Then when it comes to the outer world and cleansing and purification there, starting with our physical spaces, really doing cleaning, really purifying our space, letting go of things that we're attached to. Spring cleaning season is like right now. When this video comes out, we're almost entering summertime here in Los Angeles. So now is a great time to let go of things that you're attached to for no reason that you don't even like. Allow yourself spaciousness, opening up to release attachment and possession to possessions. And when we release that, we open space to welcome in the newness that we actually are desiring and craving in. Cleaning our things, caring for our things, tending to our spaces, our sacred dwellings is a helpful reset. Recondo your closet. In the outer environment, maybe there's spaces that you'd like to spend more time in that are more connected to your vibration. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time in spaces that are historically supportive for you, but you've outgrown them. How can you reset and orient your life towards new communities that feel more heart open, that feel more alivening? I myself has found some new communities and I'm super excited to engage with more for singing, for dancing, for tuning into my soul and what it needs. More soft places to land is what I'm welcoming in this next season. Reset your social spheres even. Maybe there's friendships that you need to release or you need to heal and work through issues of. Maybe there's acquaintances that you want to get to know better and convert into deeper friendships potentially. Maybe you're going through the journey of reset for the purpose of dating and romantic partnership. And there's ways that you want to bring your best self forward for that and really start to prepare by loving yourself. When it comes to outer world, maybe there's travel you want to take and you've been thinking about and saving towards but backing out of. Now is the time to really invest in seizing those adventures, resetting your life, opening yourself up physically to the outer world as well. I find myself at a moment of doing all of the above, so I'm recommending from personal experience. And if you're in that season too of knowing, oof, it's time for expansion, it's time for growth, to not just be in this inner growth chapter, but also in the outer world, flourishing, to be free as a butterfly, then I welcome that season for you. Last but not least, on the outer world stuff, maybe it's financially healthy cleanup time. Maybe there's stuff that you can do there and work with professionals that might be helpful advisors. Maybe it's doing some proactive research, reading some books. My favorite financial book is I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I know he's made a sequel that's for couples. But anyway, there's layers and layers and layers of ways that we can reset. I hope that this spurred some ideas for you to make it more holistic than just, oh, I'm going to start a diet. Oh, I'm just going to clean out my closet. Like, just this one thing's going to be enough. Do it all across the board. Reset the life, detoxify, focus on this purification, mind, body, spirit, and outer world. I'm sending you so much love in the days ahead in your purification journey. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you're listening on audio. 5-star review. It's so easy. Just go on Apple, Spotify, just hit 5 stars. It helps this podcast grow. It helps this YouTube channel grow. And I appreciate you being here.